Hi, I'm Reb Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 44 years. I'm going through the text again, reading a paragraph or two at a time, asking Jesus to clarify for me, and then I write from that clarity. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. But before we get started, I'd like to ask that if you find this helpful, please like it. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. That would be very helpful. Also, I love getting the comments. Okay, so let's get started. We're looking at chapter 14, section 3, the decision for guiltlessness, and we're going to look at paragraphs 10 and 11. Okay, so paragraph 10. Those who accept the atonement are invulnerable, but those who believe they're guilty will respond to guilt because they think it is salvation and will not refuse to see it and side with it. They believe that increasing guilt is self-protection, and they will fail to understand the simple fact that what they do not want must hurt them. All this arises because they do not believe that what they want is good. Yet will was given them because it is holy and will bring to them all that they need, coming as naturally as peace that knows no limits. There is nothing their will fails to provide that offers them anything of value. Yet, because they do not understand their will, the Holy Spirit quietly understands it for them and gives them what they want without effort, strain, or the impossible burden of deciding what they want and need alone. So, paragraph 11. It will never happen that you must make decisions for yourself. You are not bereft of help, and help, capital H, help that knows the answer. Would you be content with little, which is all that you alone can offer yourself, when he who gives you everything will simply offer it to you? He will never ask what you have done to make you worthy of the gift of God. Ask it not, therefore, of yourself. Instead, accept his answer, for he knows that you are worthy of everything God wills for you. Do not try to escape the gift of God he so freely and so gladly offers you. He offers you but what God gave him for you. You need not decide whether or not you are deserving of it. God knows you are. I never questioned why guilt seemed so natural to me or why I accepted it without resistance. It seemed obvious to me that I do things wrong and so do others, and so we're guilty. I, like everyone else, feel the burden of that guilt and so try to give it away. But before A Course in Miracles, it never occurred to me that I didn't have to accept it at all. I would sin and then feel guilty. I would find someone to blame, and so now there's a deeper belief in guilt as reality. And this has gone on for most of my life. The guilt grew to an intolerable level, but I just kept collecting it. I didn't understand what I was doing or how to free myself, but the Holy Spirit understands for me and gives me what I really want without effort or strain. I'm learning to gratefully accept his help. A Course in Miracles was what I needed to find my freedom, and so the Holy Spirit decided for me that this was for me when it showed up. At the time, I thought it was me that made that decision, even though I questioned myself as to why. I just knew that this was for me. Now I see the loving hand of God in this. Of course, I could have said no, and I'm grateful that I didn't. Over time, the Course has done its work. I came to accept the Holy Spirit as my the Holy Spirit had my best interest at heart. And in time, I have allowed his help more and more, but never letting go of the reins completely. Now I want to turn my life over to him without reservation. Old habits are hard to break, but seeing the results, I'm encouraged to form this new habit. When the veil was accepted, forgetting seemed to follow. We forgot who we are and why we are here. We forgot that we have a purpose and a mission. Because we forgot our innocence, we accepted guilt as a consequence. So we forgot the decision we must make. But we're not bereft of help. The Holy Spirit remembers for us and will make all decisions based on his knowledge if we will let him. He knows the answer and we do not. So why do we insist on deciding on our own? Perhaps it makes sense that I chose to be independent of my guide and decide everything myself before I knew better. Seeing the senselessness of it now, I'm actively changing my mind. I'm learning to allow the Holy Spirit to make decisions on my behalf. It's taking practice for me to do this automatically, but I see that to do otherwise is merely foolish. I'm encouraged to do this in the Course. Here's a passage that opened my mind to allowing the Holy Spirit to decide for me all things. And this is from the Song of Prayer. You have been told to ask the Holy Spirit for the answer to any specific problem, and that you will receive a specific answer if such is your need. You've also been told that there is only one problem and one answer. In prayer, this is not contradictory. There are decisions to make here, and they must be made, whether they be illusions or not. You cannot be asked to accept answers which are beyond the level of need that you can recognize. Therefore, it is not the form of the question that matters, nor how it is asked. The form of the answer, if given by God, will suit your need as you see it. This is merely an echo of the reply of his voice. The real sound is always a song of thanksgiving and of love. Turning to the Holy Spirit for answers in all little problems is how I learned to trust him. I also learned the deeper lesson that I was causing all my problems. Now I don't wait for guidance until there's a problem I can't solve on my own. I'm learning to turn to the Holy Spirit in all things. In so doing, I'm beginning to realize that innocence lost was not the result of sins, but the consequence of accepting the veil so that I could have this experience. Rediscovering my innocence is a mission. And while this is not at all a done deal, I am much closer now. Letting go of guilt, I feel worthy of help, and so it is easier. This is the prayer I repeat daily, if not in words, in intent. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? I would add one more. What would you have me think and believe? In my prayer for freedom, that is it. That is my prayer for freedom. What now, Holy Spirit? And now, and now. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back soon with a contemplation on today's lesson. See you then.